What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Foodie Show. Again, Dude Network is powered by Garage Beer. Glad y'all could be here with us.
Boom. They are here with us.
It's the Three Amigos again.
That's right.
I know this is tape delayed, but can I be secret time? I really enjoyed doing this with you guys, all three of us.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Glad you're here with us.
Yeah, I mean, dude, yeah, I feel like we already have chemistry after the first show, and we just get to relay it right to the second. Like, I'm already like halfway tipsy at this point. I'm not starting out. I'm half throttled. I mean, let's do this. I think we saw that last week with the ballpark. I apologize for bringing my.
You went full throttle last week.
My bad for going.
Ball fields.
We expanded the vocabulary on the AFS, and that came over from Friday night show. And my bad,
just a little teeny bit, but it's all good.
However, hilarious. Do not regret it. Just won't do it again.
No regrets. No regrets.
No regrets.
Regrets. No regrets.
No regrets either.
Regret.
Not even
no regurgitation.
Man, how's everybody doing, man?
I'm whooped, man, but I got to relax and cook a little bit today. I cooked some chicken meatballs, which are apparently delicious. Kim kept eating them. And I smoked this cool pork roast I had, man. I opened that package. It was so marbled, this roast. I was like, this is almost getting like looking like that Iberico pork. Like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Getting some.
So I've really been thinking about that as well. Sir.
I think someone sent me charcuterie that's Iberico. I was supposed to get it like months and months and months ago, and they're like, "Hey, sorry for the delay. You still want this?" And I'm like, "Very much so."
Yeah, absolutely. Yes,
I do.
There was like zero budget, and I'm like, "I don't give a shit." Like, send me the meats.
Yeah. Now I put a pork. I think it's either part of the butt or part of the picnic. It's part of the shoulder. But I cheated and threw it in the crock pot. But I did it like Damon style, salt, pepper.
Dude, like, why are you so embarrassed?
No,
just because you didn't.
I'm not embarrassed.
Smoke on it doesn't degrade it.
I told Kim, I'm using the best cheat code in the kitchen, the crock pot.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately, but it's all good.
I'm so tired of people shitting on the crock pot, man. Crock pot is a home of heaven.
I don't use it enough, really, honestly.
No, dude. Hey, there is literally a Taste of Home cookbook I have. It's in 5 ingredient or less crock pot meals.
Oh yeah, I've had several cookbooks like that over the years.
Like overnight oats and pancake casserole, like, and stuff like that, man. Like, they just like put the whole pancake batter in it.
Yeah.
One big fluffy pancake that you just cut into and serve out with syrup, and you put fruit and stuff like that in it.
Yeah, I'm all about the pancakes, so that's a pancake.
I'm never gonna be
really. Man, I thought that was like a really cool idea. Man, happy both of you guys on that.
No, I'm about it. That's why I said I'm never going to be a skinny man.
Oh, I thought you guys were both like, "Don't do it."
Oh yeah, I probably I don't know.
Like Damon said, no, he's above it. Damon's above it.
Well, I don't eat a whole lot of because you're gonna pour syrup on it and everything. One pancake and I'm done, like a normal pancake. So, I mean, you're thinking about a big old thick slice. I mean,
I think it's also like a mess-free, but I also think it's like a mess-free way to do it, and it's easy.
Oh, I mean, I ain't doubting that.
Instead of burning up like 3 skillets, you put your liner in that thing, and you just fill it up with the pancake batter, and just let it cook and do the thing.
And then you can fill it with bacon and sausage and all kinds of good stuff.
Oh,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Maggerty's breakfast sausage. Shout
out. Now you just elevated it.
Yeah, Damon's like, I'm in. Babe, get the crock pot.
Bring the damn crock pot out.
All right. Hey, I also done some killer crock pot cinnamon rolls too, man.
All right. But so what'd you do this weekend, Damon?
Well, I mean, as we stand right now, we went to a concert yesterday, and
how was it?
It was great. It was great.
Yeah. Love up church. I heard he puts on a killer show.
Hey, we fix to
Bruh.
find out, man. I've been
Tell me
following.
about
I've
the
been following.
pyrotechnics, Damon. Tell me about them. Tell me about.
Hey, there was really no pyrotechnics there at this show. So
Oh, see. I mean, see.
yeah.
You don't need pyrotechnics to have a good time.
Nah, not gonna say it's
I can't stand.
I've been following that dude for a long time, man.
Yeah,
So,
forever,
Hey.
dude.
I swear to God, the reason Dude Network is not a part of any other network and never will be is because of Upchurch. Because he taught me own 100% of yourself always.
Yep.
So,
100%
yeah, you'll never see
independent.
me sell shit.
Nope.
I
What
might
about you,
borrow
Tony?
against his assets to better
Oh.
ourselves, but I ain't gonna sell shit. I'll pay it back.
Yeah. So Johnson, you made mention a while ago of chicken meatballs.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Okay. I was just
I
getting
know we
buried.
gave you
I was
some.
getting buried the other night on
Yeah,
BK show for my statement of like chicken burgers is more, profound to me than beef burgers. But
Oh, so yeah, you
now,
both are terrible people.
now,
well, I never ever made the
Hey, I'm on an
statement.
island by myself. I'm an island boy. I'm an
no, you're not.
island
No, you're
boy.
not. No,
Yeah,
please don't say that
and
again.
Johnson's out.
Yeah, please don't say that. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-mm. So how were the chicken meatballs? How was the
So
chicken meatballs?
Listen, I ground up a bunch of breasts
Yeah.
and I added some pork fat to them.
Okay.
And that's what I made those chicken patties with. I did the chicken parm sandwich.
Mhm.
I made those nuggets. It was so good. So good. Because I remember getting those racks of bags of the chicken patties, and I love making quick chicken sandwiches.
Right.
But now I know what I know about food. I won't eat those.
No.
And
No.
so I won't, but I wanted to do it. I did it. It was good. I had a bunch of this chicken mix left over, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what am I going to do with this? And I was like, if I just throw them into balls and cook, like, all right, chicken meatballs. And no, I didn't put like eggs,
No.
Parmesan, breadcrumbs. It's just chicken and
Yep.
seasoning from our friend. But I still haven't tried one. I was making them so that I could come home, whip up a quick pasta dish, and throw them in there, and it's game over.
Mess around, they fixing to be
Apparently,
gone.
they're really,
You
really
have
good.
it on,
Yeah,
you
right,
have it on the ground chicken game for a minute.
bro.
Like with the
It
chicken nuggets,
is.
the chicken patties, and now the chicken meatball. Like,
Mhm.
dude, this
And
dude's
I was
he's
doing
keeping the
cutlets.
chicken farms in
I was
business out in California.
I was doing cutlets too, but I don't pound out. I just thin slice the breasts for cutlets. I think that's way better.
When are you gonna start stuffing them with like some mozzarella?
Whenever I got, as soon as I get some time back.
I'm tired of all these bullshit excuses, John.
Oh yeah, all right.
All I hear is, I'm sorry, I have to work for a living.
Yeah. All those
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
6, 12 to 15-hour
people
days.
smash that like button and subscribe to get notifications so you don't miss any of this. And bring a friend next time. Share the magic.
And if you
Maybe-
do all that, Johnsy won't have to work. He can do this.
Right, and it won't be pre-recorded anymore. It'll be live all the time.
That's right.
Maybe even more days than you're already getting now,
Hmm.
which is
Yeah.
Friday,
Who knows?
Sunday, and
No.
now Thursdays. 3 nights a
Thursday.
week, Dude Network coming at you.
About to be back to back on Thursday.
Ooh, more. See, and look, it just keeps getting better. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it out.
Yep.
Love y'all.
Love you all.
So, Tony, you had a cool thing you did. It's totally foodie related.
Yeah, actually.
Here, hold on.
I got it.
Oh, jeez.
Go ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
Don't do
You're good.
no,
do this.
God.
Easy, boss. You're all right.
Okay. No, I know. I wish we could cut that part out. Actually,
No.
I apologize. Should have done that. Instinct. Been doing some morel hunting a lot actually this year. Been capturing it. Been making some fun videos. Actually, there wasn't a lot of Ohio morel hunting videos out there on the YouTubes, which I thought was really crazy. So with the year we've had, it's been I'll just say it's been the best year we have had since I have probably moved back to Ohio, which has been 12, 13 years.
So have you been morel hunting your whole life, like off and
My
on?
whole life, you grew up doing it.
Oh,
It's a back in the people in the neighborhood when you didn't have grocery stores, that was a delicacy. You got 2-3 weeks of these deep fried, you know, na- fresh goodness you picked right out of the woods.
right.
Um,
And that's the
so
thing. They sell
morel is a
those.
mushroom. They call them a sponge mushroom. I don't know if you have. I mean, you could probably pull them if you have, but basically, it looks like a brain on top of like I mean, you can't.
Mm,
They're so distinguishable amongst anything else. They grow up on a white stem, and but no, they're unbelievably delicious. A lot of things to do with them. But this year, for some year, we have just had an unbelievable year because normally spring you have like that random 2-3 days where it's like 90 degrees. And in Ohio, you'll have like a freeze 2 days after that. But for some reason this year we've had like a more traditional spring where it's been more mild, which has extended the season out the way it used to. Yeah, right there. I mean, those are big grays. And they come out in different stages. So the first stage is what they call a dog pecker. It's a real long stem with a little tiny head.
it
They call it
is.
a dog.
It is. Yeah.
They call it a dog pecker, and I think their name for it's a false morel because it's not technically a morel, but it's of the morel family. It's some big long scientific fungi thing, which I'm not going to get into or know anything about other than that.
Or could
But then you
possibly
have like the
pronounce.
black, the grays, the white mushrooms. They call them sponges, and then you get what they call the yellows, which are at the end, and they are absolutely massive. The yellows are the ones you find where you find like 5 of them, and you got like
And
half a grocery bag full.
that's like
Dang,
the
that's
the
huge. Yeah.
typical
Yeah, the one
picture of what people think of morels are which ones? The yellows or the grays?
which
Like
they're all
it's like
morels.
oh, I know,
One
but
is
what's the classic one that everybody like that picture?
the yellow, like the grays are the tastiest in my opinion, because I think the grays eventually turn into yellow. No, it's not true. It's not true. I take that. I'm not even gonna put myself out there like that because that's not true. Because trust me, I will get corrected. Um, so I guess repeat one more time. What's your question
So,
on it?
are these all different morel families that you're describing, or are these stages of the morel growth,
No,
or is it,
they
or is
are
it the same
different.
morel but just different seasons of it?
No, it is actually they're all different types of morels. There is theories out there that the grays turn to white, and as they get older, they eventually turn to yellows.
Okay,
But today we were finding small yellow mushrooms that would eventually grow and get
so
bigger.
those big ones, got it.
Yes. But yeah, so it comes out in stages. But yeah, they are all different morels. So sometimes you can hunt the same spot and it's only like 3 weeks. Like we're
Oh,
like,
really fast. Okay,
yeah, that's
Wow.
why it's such a thing because we've been doing it for 2 weeks, and this
you
will be
guys
week
have got some pretty
3.
good hauls.
And yeah, dude, we found a massive haul again today out with my dad and the kids. And by the way, Adley, little mushroom hunter, she I stepped on one and she's like, "Daddy, you stepped on a mushroom."
Oh
And
goodness.
it was a big old gray, and I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Well, good eye." The youngest one out there, she was out there, had her nose in it. But yeah, so what you do then is you can either dehydrate them and add them to
Hmm.
like roast and stews, and they reactivate kind of like a
Yeah,
pepper.
yeah, yeah.
Some people put them in like a Ziploc bag and put them in filled with water, make them to a big ice cube, thaw it out, and then dry them out, and then But a lot of the thing is egg wash, batter, deep fry. That's a common thing to do with it. I did a sauteed it with some onions and made like you can do like a Philly cheesesteak with mushrooms on it and stuff like that. Yeah. On the
I
foodie
love
world,
mushrooms pasta.
it's a delicacy, and they go down as far I think as Tennessee and Virginia, and then they go up into Canada. You can find them. So right now, if you're finding them in Ohio, like here in like 3 weeks, you'd want to go up into Michigan in Wisconsin, and you'd start finding them. Then 2-3 weeks after that, you
So
can go
it's
up
like
into
it
Canada.
follows the cold.
The
It
cold,
follows
yeah.
the cold away.
It's
Yeah,
like
I
when
get
the
it.
ground temp hits like 55 degrees, I think is when you start to find them. So it's like right out of, and then you have to hunt them around certain trees, like
Right,
dying. If
right.
you find like a tree where the bark is falling off and it's literally dying at the vine, that's a great spot to look for mushrooms because it's like they say
Yeah,
there's
rotting
spores
wood
in the
is some of
bark,
the
and when the
best.
bark falls
Yeah.
down, it releases the spores into the ground.
It's like
So
the guy I go and get my mushrooms from at the farmer's market, he grows all his mushrooms on wood instead of commercial fertilizer crap. Uh, I'm cool with crap-free mushrooms. I'm okay with
yeah,
that.
I've
True.
seen the cool techniques with like where you soak, you get sawdust shavings, like wood
Sawdust, yeah,
shavings.
it's still wood. It's still wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they soak it
And
in
have it in the
water over.
bag and grow it off the sides.
Yeah, they'll put it in 5-gallon buckets. They'll soak it in a
Oh,
big
okay.
old tote overnight, and you get all the acid and stuff, and wash all the chemicals off the pine shavings. Then they squeeze it out. Then they'll do like a layer. Then they'll do like a layer of spores,
Spores,
layer of,
yeah.
but they'll put it in a 5-gallon bucket, and then they'll drill like 8 million holes all around that
Holes.
thing, a quarter inch, because you only need a quarter. And you'll be getting like 1 pound clusters
Yeah.
out of this little quarter-inch hole, and people can micro farm these in literally a closet.
Yep.
That's
They
wild.
just put them in there in the
Yeah.
dark, and like in like 4 or 5-gallon buckets, so like 20 pounds of mushrooms that are worth like $20 a pound.
Hey,
Mm.
you can do that setup with logs and stuff. You get certain
Yeah,
woods
yeah,
that grow really
yours
well.
too, yours too,
You can.
yours
Well,
too.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying, yeah, just a new hack to make it easier and simpler. Not everybody has access. They could go get a tree branch somewhere.
yeah,
That's
Mhm.
good for. But
right,
yeah, and it'll pump out mushrooms for like few years, as
yeah.
far as I understand it.
It's just a really cool. I mean, it's the thrill of the hunt. You're out there in the wild and you find these, like, it's like literally Easter eggs for adults. That's the best way to put it.
Right. Well, I
Okay.
I became enamored with mushrooms. Never ate them growing up because it was always those white button mushrooms or portobellos. I still don't like them.
Yeah.
Here, let me see. Or I'll
And
let
I
you guys.
when I went up camping and I found they were called lobster mushrooms.
Yeah.
And I was identifying with all these but the rule is with mushrooms, if you don't know, don't touch it. And
Right.
so,
Okay.
but I was just immediately fascinated by this thing. I'm looking all the stuff up about lobster mushrooms, has a buttery seafood I just wanted to make a pasta with it so bad.
Mhm.
But of course, I'm not going to risk it. And as I'm leaving, I see this lady. Yeah,
That was like the big one out there. Like that's a big yellow out in the wild.
Okay.
nice.
Like you could see something that big from 20 yards away.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah, that was one. Yeah, we found. Anyway, go ahead. I wanted to show
So
you.
So
I'm fascinated by all this stuff, but I've noticed I don't like all the mushrooms. But I'm a huge fan of the oyster family. Oyster mushrooms are insanely delicious, folks. My
Shout out to the
talkies.
oyster
Oh,
cult.
I'm burning for you.
oh, here we go. So do they have like their own distinct taste and flavor profile, or does it just taste like a regular, like a portobello, or
No,
something
that's
I
like
why I
would.
that?
love the mushrooms I love, is they all taste different.
Well, these here have like a meatiness to them. Like them.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Like the
Yes.
big yellows. I will admit, I am not a big yellow mushroom fan because they get so big they kind of crumble and fall apart. I
Okay.
like the grays. They're like a really tight, compact mushroom. They're like 3, 4, but there's meat to them. They're firm. They're crispy. So when you cut them in half and soak them in salt water overnight, you got to get all the bugs out of them and whatnot. You roll them in that, and then like when you bite into them, it's like that outer crisp of a deep fry, but it still has that tenderness in the middle, and it is just,
Okay.
I mean,
Right.
it is.
I learned, and like
And I like to do
lion's
it in like
mane.
a, what's that?
I deep fried lion's mane, and I don't know.
Mm.
Have you guys ever had lion's mane?
I haven't had it, but
It's
I'm aware of it.
very, very, very like stringy, I guess is how I would say it, in the top part, like hair, like a mane. You know, it feels like fuzzy, like fluffy,
Yeah.
and I don't know, maybe I just did it wrong, but like that to me wasn't as good as like what I'm talking, like what you're talking about, like the meatiness mushrooms for a deep fry, because that
Oh
part just
man,
became
it's
very soggy, and
so
it was
the
still
traditional
delicious,
a-
but
the traditional Appalachian way to do it is just do a traditional egg wash, double, whatever, single. I just do a single because the egg wash gets inside like the grooves
mhm,
of the sponge, and then you get. I like to roll it in like Cajun batter, um, or
mm,
like a Andy's Cajun seasoning. I think that's the company that I get up here that you can find that I like, and yeah, you just deep fry that, and then you just put it on, like, a plate, and then it's like a grazing table, man. You just walk by, and
mm.
it's like a little appetizer. People will just walk by, and it's just a big old plate of, like, deep fried morels. I'll do a video on it. I'll do a video on it of the traditional way because I did, like, the sautéed like, that to me, like, that was a very untraditional way to serve those morels. That's why I did it. I wanted to prove to
Mhm.
myself there's other ways to eat them other than just making a mess deep frying them.
Right.
Yeah. 'Cause some are just better sautéed in butter, and
Right.
some
It's like the oyster mushrooms in maitake. I put them in pasta dishes because oh, it just there's that little extra flavor of
yeah.
buttery, meaty. It doesn't taste like chicken, beef, or fish or nothing, but it has its own meaty flavor. Oh,
So,
mm,
I guess my question for Damon in on this too I mean, we're hearing about the mushrooms of Ohio and California. I never heard when in my because I lived down, South Carolina for 2 years, but obviously I really wasn't worried about the outdoor life per se down there. Is there a lot of foraging opportunities in South Carolina for things other than,
Yeah,
I
like,
would
berries?
imagine with
Like,
humidity
with
and
the mer
stuff.
with, like, mushrooms and stuff? I don't think you guys get those morels.
no, we get the ones that's up under like the cow patties and stuff. So
Oh
we get them.
yeah, those are
Hey,
the
shout
best
out.
kind.
And
No,
this
I mean,
and
all
this
just aside.
memory
No, I
from
mean,
college is
I've
brought to you
never.
by Damon.
But that's a good question. I've never looked into it. It's something I maybe need to look into because I mean,
It's it's
you
good
see
looking
a
thing.
bunch of different stuff. Being out in the outdoors, in the woods. Hunting. You know, most of my dang life out in the dang woods.
Right.
I mean, but you see it, but you're like, oh, better not touch that. Just, it might be something you need to touch. Who knows? This is good research. I might do that.
Yeah,
Do you have turkey tail where you are, Tony?
I think I've heard of it. I know, like, the video's coming out Monday. We found some chanterelles, and I showed what those were.
Ooh,
I know there's a certain sweet spot on the size of those, but I did not touch them. They also call them peacock backs, I think. Peacock
mm.
back or peacock shrooms.
Yeah, turkey tails grow off wood, and they look exactly like turkey tails fanned out.
Oh, then
Exactly like
hang on,
turkey tails.
hang on, hang on.
Well,
I gotta get around my
well,
The,
good.
garage.
the
I gotta
reason
get
I
around my
asked is
garage
because
pyramid here.
the reason I asked is because there's been a lot of information out about mushrooms and how good they are for you.
Dude, I mean, and Damon kinda made light of, the cow patty shrooms, but, dude, there's some wild scientific research coming out on that stuff.
Yeah, like they're saving people's lives with it, with from
You know what?
PTSD and all kinds of stuff. Yes,
We're gonna find out the health benefits of morels. I have never learned about this, so maybe we're doing some cool shit that we don't even know
they
we're
do
doing.
have health benefits.
Okay, I have
Pretty sure they've
not
been on some of the list. You just got to look up like
um, Johnsy, we don't have anything that looks quite like
no turkey
they're
tails.
probably, like, similar families, but not that exactly. Because 'cause I've seen some stuff that
Supposedly,
looks
dude, those are like super duper in fighting cancer and stuff, brain stuff. Like it's insane what some of the
we
stuff
have one out
we
here
find out
called,
about mushrooms.
there's one up here called, like, lobster butter or something like that, and then there's another one called, like, chicken
We
of the
have
earth.
lobster mushrooms too. But yeah,
Yeah,
chicken of the
lobster
earth.
mushroom
That's the other one I was thinking
yeah,
about.
chicken of the earth, and they say when you cook that, it tastes literally just like chicken. That's what they
Yeah,
call
I've
it.
heard that. I don't know if we have that out here. But up north, like where Big Ed's from. Shout out to Friday Night.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Shout out,
towards the
Ed. Great.
coast and stuff, and even farther up north, it's like the perfect habitat. There's nothing but fallen trees and wet, like the perfect environment for fungus, moss, like
Oh,
all
would you listen to this?
morels.
I found it.
Yeah,
I'll let you,
dude, I
I'm sorry.
told you they're on the.
I'm cutting off your.
No, they're on one of the lists with the healthy mushroom. Like,
Oh,
not. I
dude,
mean, mushrooms are good for you. Period. But there's
the
some that
first
are super powerful.
the first ingredient they mention here is blowing my mind. They are high in copper,
Hmm.
vitamin E, and potassium, which may improve cardiovascular health. They are packed with selenium and niacin, which may decrease the risk of cancer, especially prostate. No.
Right, dude. I'm telling
Okay.
you.
Okay. No one in my
Dude,
family has ever had prostate cancer. You heard it here first. We've lived off the
I
land.
I have mushroom powder from the guy I get mushrooms from, and when if I don't eat my mushrooms quick enough, I'll just let them dry out and grind them up into powder and
Yeah.
put them in stuff because it's
It's
so
good.
good for
I
you.
mean, yeah, I
They are
agree.
they are low in fat and calories, yet high in vitamins and antioxidants. They provide dietary fiber, promote digestive regularity, lower cholesterol levels, stabilize blood
No,
sugar levels throughout the day, and aid in weight loss efforts. Okay. They support immune functions, provide antioxidant protection, prevent cardiovascular diseases, and maintain digestive health. They contain a lot of vitamin D, are low in fat, plant based food that makes a great addition to a heart healthy diet as an ingredient or a meat substitute. It can help lower cholesterol, give you more energy, and supplement your diet with a wealth of nutrients. Interesting.
lots of mushrooms have that like list like that, dude. Some I'm telling you, it's wild. It's because when I was like, I'm gonna get some of the good mushrooms because he had a variety. So like, which ones are gonna be really good? I got
Huh.
the good ones.
Boy, Big Pharma isn't gonna like this show, are they?
No, that's why it says may. It may
Yeah.
decrease this
Yeah. So,
because
as
prescription they
consumers, we
came up with in
know
the
when you
garage.
see may, you can safely assume yes. They can't say
Right.
definitely because there's always that
See,
0.001%.
listen. They tell you they give you a medication and then they say it may cause all these issues.
Yeah.
So they give you all this information about mushrooms and say, "Oh, it may help with this."
Yeah.
Get out of here. So I didn't know we were going on a mushroom dive. I love it.
I know. Now I'm
I
looking up
love it.
edible mushrooms of South
Hey,
Carolina for
so,
payment.
well, deep diving into it, while y'all was talking about that,
Okay.
there actually are
Ooh.
morels here in South Carolina.
No way.
And
Bro.
digging and looking more into the pictures, I think I've kicked a dozen of them
Oh
because
boy.
they look like they was poisonous and like, yeah, you just kick them in the woods.
Uh,
Yeah.
Hmm. Sucks for
That's
me.
that's
oh.
funny.
Yeah, I would.
South
That's
Carolina's
something
brown.
I should do that here. Find a spot where I know where to get the kind Damon was mentioning. I know a couple solid hills for that. But
Yeah,
Here's
that's pretty interesting.
that'd be fun.
yeah, man. You guys get them
Damon's been.
too.
Yeah.
I don't think we do.
Yeah,
They
because
come.
they even here in South Carolina, they say we even get the lobsters that you was talking about, Johnsy. The
Dude,
oysters, the lion manes, all of it. The
what?
beefsteak, hedgehog.
You should try to go out and get something.
Hey,
Yeah,
think I
man.
won't. Say I won't.
Yeah, it's probably too late for morels down for you now because. But
Yeah, spring's
hey, hey,
kind of on the way up.
Damon, let's do it next year. I'm coming down. Let's go find
Hey,
it.
we find it. We got some land. We can make it
Okay,
happen.
I'm telling you, I'm booking it. I'm committing to it. My goal is to find them in as many places as possible because I love hunting for them that freaking much. And Johnsy, when you're out here, hopefully you're out here by then. You're coming with me. You're coming with me, man.
Oh yeah.
Because I know places we can go in West Virginia. Because you could do South Carolina, North Carolina, up in the mountains. Then you can go up to Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio. They say the best place to find them, where you're picking them by the trash bags, is go where the forest fires were the year before. Dying trees puts and all that nutrients goes back into
Yep.
the soil.
Yep.
You can go where they have controlled burns. I'm telling you, man. I've heard people say they bring pickup trucks and they have them filled
Woo.
with trash bags,
That's
filled,
wild.
just filled, because there's just blankets of morels. I mean, dude,
Wow.
I'm telling you, they call them the field. I call them. I don't know if anybody else. I call them the field of dreams. When you just look out, and they're just everywhere because it rarely happens in your life. Like we found, we had to our big. I think our biggest patch of the year. Like we got into it. Me and my brother-in-law's dad. We were on a spot we had to abandon to get back to get all the parties back home at an appropriate time so their wives didn't get pissed.
What?
And yeah, we were leaving them. We were literally just like picking them as we were going, and I was like, man, we just left we had to
Wow.
leave so many. We had to leave so many.
Dude, we have a crazy amount of mushrooms here.
What, morels?
No, I don't
Can
see
you get
morels
okay?
isn't on.
Okay, let's look and see if morels.
No,
Dude, I'm
morels
telling you,
isn't on this list. But we get,
I wonder up in the Sierras.
dude.
Hey, in the
Listen to
chat,
this one.
in your areas, do
Brown
y'all
butter
have hunt mushrooms at the
below,
same time?
winter
Oh,
chanterelle, white
great job! Yeah, we are
chanterelle,
recording a show. We are completely in dude mode right now.
Mm-hmm.
lion's
Hey, by the
mane,
way,
turkey tail, oysters,
you can
amethyst
find
deceiver. Weird.
morels are in California.
Pacific. No, they are.
They are. Morels in California, complete guide and map.
Oh yeah, there's a picture of it right here. No way.
Johnsy, your whole life.
It's been
You
a
can
lie.
get the black, the gray, the yellows, and the half-free morels, which are the dog peckers. They call them half-free. That's lame.
Dude, we have
Dog peckers is way
That
cooler.
damn
an
name, dog.
orange peel mushroom, crab
Dude,
brittle gill.
oh yeah, they have the cat mushrooms, and they are
Dude, there's a
the fake
crap
morels.
ton.
There is one. Okay, for everybody watching, I feel like I have to show you that this is a bad one. That is what they call a fake morel. It's got a smooth cap. It has the stem of the dog pecker, but I'm telling you, it will kill you. Do not eat that. If it's
Yeah,
smooth on
listen,
top,
listen.
if it's smooth on top and it looks like, I'm telling you, a sponge has distinguished crevices and grooves. That thing is smooth. It might have some bumps to it, and it's not. I mean, yeah, I'm telling you, if you're unsure on these, don't touch
Don't
it
touch it. Look, here
because
there's
that
another
right
few
there,
rules.
as you can see, it has a lot of ridges.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it has vertical ridges like the black. The gray has like I call it, looks like
The
brain.
sponge. Right,
Then the
brain, yeah.
yellows are also, but as you can see here, see how like frigid these are here on the edges. These crumble apart. Like I don't like these as much. This one right here, the gray, that's my jam. That is my favorite. Like you make mushroom sandwiches with them things right there.
Mm.
They are delicious. Blacks are good
Funnel.
too. Yeah, I'd go 1, 2, 3.
And
Well, I don't
dog
like
pecker.
these. I don't like the dog pecker. There's a lot of stem, not a lot of meat.
That damn name, bro.
I know, right?
And
So, but yeah,
I'm pretty sure
just
that's not appropriate, but that's just literally what that's what we called them growed up.
Right?
So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I've never heard the
So
term half breed ever. In West Virginia, they call them molly moochers in general, and I think that's the coolest name of them all.
yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to add on to what Tony says, never pick it unless you for sure know. Never pick one that's been broken. Never pick one that's getting old and old looking. Just mushrooms, just be careful with mushrooms.
My
Very, very careful.
my ultimate suggestion would be if you have the luxury, go out with somebody the first time.
Right.
Let them show,
Right.
and and so hopefully you can find. I feel like there's less people going out and doing this now because when I was a kid, man, like my
Right.
teenage years, young college years, a lot of us were really doing it. But now all of us, those people are getting into our 40s and with kids, ball games, and our kids aren't into it. So I feel like a lot of these guys that I used to go hunting with or compete with that were out there in the same woods as me, like they're not doing it anymore. And a lot of the kids aren't doing it because, we found some today that I thought for sure there was one spot that we found a bunch of stems that someone else had been at, but they left some, like they didn't get them all. But we were up on in
That
another
sounds like a
spot.
real mushroom hunter right there.
Right.
Yeah.
You always
Yeah,
leave
we
some.
no, never leave any. No one else
Oh,
does.
really?
I'll pick them
Damn.
all. No.
Oh.
I
Find
mean,
them
I only
people.
like, I eat these, but these are also worth a lot of money.
Oh,
Like
true. Yeah.
a plate of morels at a local, like at a really busy farmer's market, like a styrofoam plate covered with us some sponges, like 50, $60 sometimes.
Jeez.
So if you come across like a big old patch of morels, like you're sitting on thousands. Like it's worth more probably per pound than
Mm.
any other mushroom because it's only a 3-week period you can get them.
That's true. Yeah. Huh.
So I've never
Wild.
dehydrated them, but with this year being so good, I'm going back out early in the morning. Actually, well, when we're recording this, I'm going back out in the morning. Actually, I think after this debuts, I might be going back out again in the morning because it's just so many this year. It's just so many.
Might as well,
I,
dude. Of
I'm just
course,
trying to. I'm just
dehydrate
like
them.
I want this to be the year of 2024 when the morel. Like I don't regret. Like I didn't miss any opportunity. But I think I'm going to dehydrate some because I've never put them like to reactivate them in stews and roast, like beef broth,
Mhm.
onions, and some morels. And they say it emits a lot. And I guess you still get the nutritional in the broth, like too.
Yeah,
So
all that stuff's still in there.
yeah, so yeah. I don't
Nice.
know, man. All these health benefits, man. It's making me want to go every day this week.
I'm
Mhm.
There's all
telling you,
kinds,
it's
there's all
dude.
kinds of public land around me, man. I'm ready to get
Don't
after
skip out
it.
on if you can find the other mushrooms too. Chicken of the earth is insanely good
Yeah,
too,
I do. I will say, John Z.
dude. Like insanely
I've
good
been
for you.
so as a kid, we're so comfortable with these, and then puffballs was another one. Puffballs was
Like
another,
the one
and
Alyssa made that video of.
I did that
Yeah,
monster. Now that's not normal. You don't normally
that thing
find
was
them the size of
massive.
yeah, you normally find them the size of a golf ball. That's
Okay.
why that was so crazy.
Yeah, I think it was massive.
I think they call them like I think it's a giant I think it's literally called like a giant European puffball
Huh.
because it's like yeah, I don't know. It's yeah,
Chicken of the woods. Chicken of the woods.
yeah, chicken of the
Chicken of the
woods.
woods. What did I say? I said
Earth.
chicken of the sea, didn't I?
Earth. You said
Yeah, like
Earth.
Jessica
Oh,
Simpson.
earth.
They
No,
say it's
get the
chicken of the
freak out.
sea, but it's tuna. So is it chicken or is it tuna?
That's
It's
wild because
neither.
yeah, they
It's
grow
neither.
everywhere off of the trees.
Damon is like going to be out like
Oh
looking.
yeah, I gotta find me some free time, bro.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
hey
don't we
man, you're
all?
traveling all around now, man. Lunch break could be a couple.
Hey, yep, yes, sir.
I'm
That is
telling you, man.
true.
Well, here's the other thing too. Like I was like doing like the gym workouts and all that, and it was cool and it felt cool. But I'm telling you, you go out there in denim jeans, heavy hiking boots, long sleeve shirt because you don't want to walk because you're walking in briars, so you got to dress up. You can't be walking around in shorts. And you do 6 miles up and down the damn hill over about 3-4 hours.
Yeah,
I weighed myself today, like after dinner, and it was the lightest weight I had put on the scale in about 3-4 weeks. So
there you go. That's awesome.
yeah, and I like so now I'm just like I'm juiced. I'm like the dude.
Yeah, you're out there breathing all that fresh air.
Oh man, hate it. This dude, there was
Hate to
literally
hear
like
it.
we were coming across like some kind of flowers out in the woods today, and you'd just be walking. It was like this. It was almost like lilac,
Yeah.
and it was just like, I mean, it was like better than any perfume, man, of all time. And my kids are out there just flying. Wally just kept falling down the bank, eating shit, and getting in the mud. And I was like, yeah,
Poor,
get it.
poor little fella.
No, he did
That's
it on
funny.
purpose. I'll never believe anything other than that.
So I think we could probably keep on with this, man. But you want to, John Z, you got some stuff pulled up. You want to take a commercial break and then come back and we'll deep dive into what you got pulled up for us?
Yeah, man, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of went
Yeah,
over.
no, I mean, like I said, we could probably go on forever with it, though.
Everybody really got like us in a real conversation tonight.
Yeah,
Right. That's how you saw us like if we were not with anybody else.
yeah,
Yeah. This is what happens on Monday nights when we do our production meeting. Yeah,
true.
Right.
So, hey, let's check
No
this
work.
commercial.
No.
Let's check this commercial real quick, and then we'll come right back and we'll deep dive
get
into
on to
something else that
something.
John's has got
Yeah.
for us. All right, here we go. We'll be right back, guys.
All right, we're mid-show, but it's time for us to have a beer break. Some of us don't have a fridge by our fingertips during this thing. So drink a garage beer, and we'll be right back after this message.
About pop 2.5.
I've learned in one thing in this world we live in: don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, you're nuts, bro. Hey, coming from dirty Jersey, who doesn't know if it's eat a glizzy, a soft pretzel, or a tailor-made pork roll thing. I think I did
okay,
both.
whatever.
You see how I did a tailor-made pork roll? Oh,
yeah.
boy,
So
upset
I'm
everybody.
okay with Jersey fighting over what they want to call baloney. That's fine. But glizzy, bro, that's just, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's a hot dog. It's fucking
in
hot
water
dog.
though. You gotta put it in the hot. You gotta put it in the water though.
Costco does it in water. They still call them hot dogs, bro.
I like the glizzies better. I've been recently acclimated to the glizzy, and I like personally, like, cause I'm like a Izzy, like anytime I put Izzy on something, man, like I'm all in. So I don't want a hot dog. Hot dog's boring. Like, give me one of them glizzies.
The MST Sauce Company out of Tiffin, Ohio. Also, award-winning dry rub. Absolutely crushed it at the recent NBBQA, especially with the dry rub here and some of the other amazing sauce flavors. I got some pork nuggets here. I got some creamy garlic parm here I'm going to try out, as well as some of the other flavors here. I got some of my favorites. You know, this is the Griff sauce. It also has it in potato chips. The hot garlic parm is also a new one. We have the dry rub ranch and even a limited eclipse. You can watch the total eclipse up in Tiffin, Ohio on April 8th, and they have a nice cool bottle to commemorate that. And another one that performed really well at MBBQA, the Garcasian. But let's try the creamy garlic parmesan. Hope the show doesn't suck, but cheers. Back to the show.
I did not finish my mouthful of peanuts.
Oh, mouthful of nuts over here. Oh boy, 2 mouthfuls of nuts. I'm not sure. Oh boy.
Sorry. Yep, I thought I could squeeze it in.
Shut up, cackle.
Ooh,
Right.
Spiced or barbecue? Spiced.
I got spicy right there, so.
I think those. I would like to
They're
see him
so
come up
good.
with an extra spicy version.
That probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
You guys couldn't handle it.
Well, it just depends on how bad it is, though.
Yeah, Damon, come on now.
Yeah, I'll be on the fence. I'll
Don't
try
be
it one
bundling,
time.
don't be bundling me into Damon's, man. Like,
Well, you're
mean,
right.
he's
I
Damon.
apologize for that.
Apology
apologize.
accepted. Don't let it happen again, though.
All right. Hey, easy with them eyes there. Sir.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
At least it didn't drop
Jesus.
3 F-bombs in the process like last week. There's improvements.
No, I just did in the commercial though. I was tripping on that the old school Damon flag.
It's
me out
just
in the
it,
backyard.
Can we
Me
no,
out
it
talk
in the
shows
about
progression. It shows progression.
how far have we come? Johnsy looked like he was 32.
I
He
was gonna
Right.
say I was gonna say 25, but I mean, hey,
I didn't want to. Well, all right, 18.
yeah, there you go. He was a
Oh
baby.
boy.
Yeah.
Just a wee little lad.
Yeah.
Oh, goodbye, baby.
So we've talked about him before. But I just got to thinking like quick because that's all I have now when I come home from work. And we talk about one pot dishes and all that kind of stuff. And I was trying to find, to be honest, I was trying to find some that we could kind of pick apart and bury and have some fun.
Oh,
I
you know I love it.
Yeah, I
Tony's eyes just lit up.
Don't hit me with the butt.
I couldn't really find any like terrible ones. So
Mhm.
I found some that were like, I'm watching them like, why wouldn't you just do it regular? or
Don't
something?
worry. I'll find a way.
Right. So it's like, it's kind of like, would you try these or how would you do it or whatever? And then I thought we could just get into some of our favorites.
Yeah, man, let's roll it. I'm ready for it.
Under pressure. Oh, not yet. No, not yet. No. I don't know. Was it cooked yet? Okay. I'm sure it was fine, but I would have at least.
I don't.
I got some shit to say.
I mean, I would have seared the chicken first.
But it's a crock pot meal, though.
Right.
You're trying to make a one pot meal.
But you can sear it in a crock pot, can't you? Put it on like super high heat, throw it in there.
I mean, I've only seen 2 settings, a low and a high. So,
Yeah,
I'm not
Johnsy,
sure.
I mean, her nails are
my problem. Right.
Yeah.
Right. My problem is the frozen vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
I would have pulled for fresh, and I would have just put them in at very end, very very end.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're gonna have mushy veggies.
I'm not upset about the frozen vegetables per se. They exactly what Tony said. Not yet. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way
Well,
those things were held together at the end.
And I get the whole set it, forget it, come
Right.
back home at the end of the day and it's ready. But at the end of the day, like, I would rather get home at the end of the day with it being hot, throw the veggies in for like a half hour while I hop in the shower real quick, and then come out
Bingo.
and like, oh, I have veggies.
Right, dinner's done.
I mean, with the power, even if you want the steamables, bro.
I'm just saying,
Or they have the microwave steamed veggie dishes. I mean, I don't know. That's a little bit much. I'm sorry. I don't want to take away from the crockpot meal because not everybody has the microwave.
No, right. I'm just saying things that I know. But
overall, though, it did look like a pretty delicious meal.
It had potential for sure.
I'm not sure about the dressing of choice.
What would you have done different, if anything, Damon? We're over there bearing it, but you're over
Zab it.
Well, that's
fair. That is absolutely fair.
That's the smartest thing I've heard in days. I can tell you that.
Right.
Grab it and zab it.
Grab it and zab it.
Absolutely.
By the way, grab it and zab it is my new favorite way to describe it. That needs to be a T-shirt, Brad.
Grab it and zab it.
Just saying.
You ready for the next one?
Absolutely.
Best things I've ever made in a while. If you have never made anything from my page, trust me when I say you need to make this cracked chicken casserole. To start in a bowl, you're going to add in 4 ounces of cream cheese and then 8 ounces of sour cream. Just make sure the cream cheese is softened, and then you are going to combine those. I find it easiest to do it with a fork, and it's fine if it's just a little lumpy. You're then going to take 1 cup of crushed Ritz and 1/4 cup of melted butter, and make sure those are all evenly combined. Easiest way to do this is just in a Ziploc bag. And now it's time to prepare the casserole. You're going to take one 10.5-ounce can of cream of chicken soup. You're then going to take that cream cheese and sour cream mixture and add it in. Then 2 tablespoons of ranch seasoning mix or 1 ounce packet and 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. You'll mix that up until it's all nice and combined. And then you're going to add in about a cup of chopped cooked bacon and about 2 to 3 cups of chicken. I did about 2 cups. Just make sure that it's cooked, so it could be cubed, shredded, whatever you prefer. And then once you spread that and make sure it's all even on top, you're going to add that buttery Ritz cracker topping. And this is how it looks before it goes in. It was so hard to already not eat it, but you're going to bake it on 350 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. And that's all there is to it. Not only was this super delicious, but it was honestly so easy to make. And this is a shot of the inside. When I tell you guys need to make this recipe ASAP, you need to make this recipe ASAP and let me know what you think.
I mean, I want to know what Johnsy hates about this.
Well, I didn't say I hated anything about it.
Oh, I thought
I
you had
just say
something
I
wrong
really
with all
couldn't
these.
find. I really couldn't find any terrible ones. So I was
Yeah, I
just
was gonna
getting
say,
some.
dude, that was like a Midwest Appalachian meal on steroids, man.
But
Like,
I'm interested. I'm
cracked
interested
chicken
behind the
is actually
faces Damon was making.
Well, there was one. It looked like she had the stovetop on, like the flame on the stovetop was nothing there, and it was on. That's why I looked crazy at one time. But
Oh,
no, I mean the whole thing. I'm like Tony though. The whole thing about it. I mean, to me, I can see that as you could kick that up with another element. You can, instead of
I
putting
was
it in
gonna
the oven, you could put it on
dude,
the
that's
smoker.
funny you mentioned this.
And
right.
then you could turn it around. You can make it into, and it's not a meal. That's so you could do like a dip with that. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
you could transform that to a dip.
Okay, so how would you elevate this dish, you guys? I mean, obviously
Dude,
grilling
I
the
would
chicken
make that
breast
and put
and
it on
dicing
one of
it up.
those chicken patties I made
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
sandwich or something.
I would say chop up some boneless, skinless chicken thighs or some breasts and cook the hell out of them and dice them up and put them in there and mix it up and elevate your chicken game a little bit in it. But I think I would do broccoli in that thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely some
Yeah, if you're
broccoli.
going to make it into a huge dish, absolutely. Yeah, you can add them
Yeah.
elements to it.
Yeah,
Right.
well, we were talking about elevating. There's nothing wrong with the original. Yeah,
Right.
let's just take it
Right.
to that
Plus,
next
to me,
level.
adding broccoli like that would make it more of a meal.
Right. Yeah,
Whereas
that'll make you
Damon
a full
says,
circle.
"Yeah, that's a meal." But
Johnsy
that's like,
won't like this. The Damon,
oh
hear me
boy.
out. Black beans.
It's got, yeah, I could see where it would go.
Yep.
I don't
No,
even.
Johnsy don't want to hear it.
Not even because of how I feel, but I just don't even see why that would be a direction you would head.
Why not?
Again, you getting, now you're adding a carb layer to the dish as well. So I mean, you're getting
You
a
got
total.
carbs on top.
Oh, I mean, I
Yeah,
wasn't going
that
for
teeny little
two
bit,
damns about caloric intake on
but I was just
anything.
saying. I mean, now you're making a full element of a dish where you're
Yeah.
getting everything that you're gonna need in that
I
one
always think
dish.
color pop
True.
because you have all that
Oh,
white, so you throw some black
Right.
beans in
Oh
there.
yeah.
But that's not. Yeah, that's maybe more of a social media instead of a consumer. But I also thought that texture would be a little different because I've always been multiple texture and a bite guy.
Ooh, see, but
Hmm.
it's like the whole corn and mashed potatoes thing. I cannot do that kind of. That's. I'm a.
Oh, you can't do corn and mashed potatoes?
No, bro. No. My gag reflex and texture issues immediately get. I can't watch
My
people.
tolerance level of your food choices is crawling up. Whatever you're
So
looking up.
This
whatever.
throat's swelling up right now. Just
Yeah,
thinking about
I'm allergic.
That's
I'm
fine.
allergic to this nonsense. That's what I'm allergic to.
Say whatever you need to say. Get it out, bro. When I'm out there and you come over for dinner, I won't hear anything about it. I
No
know that,
KFC
so.
bowls ever.
Oh, I get KFC bowls. I used to all
Don't
the
they have
time.
corn?
It's
I
corn
order it
in that.
without. You can order it without.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
you get it without. Okay.
all right.
Me and
Okay.
Damon were both about to be like,
I was about to say,
shit.
wait a minute. Wait a
No,
minute.
Sir,
Johnsy about got
sir.
it 10. Johnsy, you
Dude,
probably
you
didn't.
can Dude,
He probably didn't
You-
deserve the reaction we both gave
I mean,
him.
I didn't know it was that
You
Burger
guys-
King where you could have
look.
it your way.
obviously, in the last 2 sets of commercials that have been played on the shows, I did change my mind about the glizzy thing. I'm on board with it. I still don't call them glizzies, but I'm okay with it. It's great, and they're a totally different type of hot dog, so they needed their own name.
Are they
But
though?
well, I just mean like most of the time you see a glizzy, it's flared up,
Okay.
right? It's not just a backyard hot dog with sauce on it.
Hell, I thought everybody was calling it a hot dog a glizzy, so I thought that was just a
Okay,
new
all
slang.
right,
man,
maybe
but
I
I don't
still
know.
I
don't
had,
understand
you know what's
it.
funny is I
I don't
actually
know.
had
Maybe I don't
had hot
understand.
dog
I don't know.
glizzies for dinner. I didn't have nothing else but 4 leftover Dalton beef hot dog wieners in the
Well,
fridge and threw them in the air fryer.
well,
We
I'm
started
not. I'm not
we
cool, and we're
started
from the. I'm not cool, and we're from the South. We're gonna call them hot dogs. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
call
I
them a
called them
glizzy.
hot dogs. I called them
Well,
Dalton dogs because I
yeah,
wanted to emphasize.
I just love how we came full circle from we came back after the show with a mouthful of nuts, and now he's talking about shoving wieners in his mouth. It's
Well,
a wild
it,
ride.
it happens, bro. It
It's
happens.
a
But
wild
hey,
ride.
at least I can handle beans. So who's really who's
Dude,
really
look,
winning?
I understand. Trust me, I want to. I wanted to. I tried very hard because I'm like everywhere you go, side bishadines, barbecue baked beans, all this crazy stuff that I love everything about, except for when it goes in my mouth, it's completely rejected. So I'm done.
That's
Done with
funny.
it.
My wife said the same thing.
Is that why you're eating the wieners? Hey!
Someone's got to.
Oh, and with that,
I
let's check
promise
this
she
one
didn't
out.
make it this far in the show, everybody. Don't rat on me. Be my buddy.
Okay, so we just have
Oh,
some
no.
chicken breast.
See, I don't think you
Anytime
should
I
have
see
showed
like
you
raw
how-
chicken, I'm
Go ahead and
immediately like,
baby
oh
over.
no.
Just like this. Yeah.
She said, F the
Now I'm gonna go ahead
gloves.
and wash my
I'm just
hands.
gonna handle
My
that
hands
thing
are
like
clean. I'm gonna go ahead
Steve
and grab
Irwin.
some tomato
Oh, probably
paste
no proof
and
of
a
washing
spatula,
hands.
and
That's
we're
all
gonna
right.
go
Don't
ahead
need
and
it.
put
She
a
said
nice
she did.
layer of
Oh,
tomato,
tomato
paste on
paste?
each of
This
our
is new.
breasts, just like this. A nice layer. This one could use a little bit more.
But this is
Okay.
I'm peaked on this with the tomato
This is gonna be
paste, by the
so
way.
good, you guys.
Right. I
Put
think
on it, and we're
just
using this whole can,
I'm-
so you don't
I
have to
really
worry
wanna see
about
how this goes.
cross-contamination that's happening between the can
Respect to
and
the
the
shout out
chicken,
to the brand
because
that's
this
using
whole can is
Catalina
going to
or
yeast.
Catalina or whatever.
I'll definitely get something more
Perfect.
Italian, please, everybody.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab
What?
some mozzarella cheese.
Huh?
And I'm gonna
Not
use this
now.
little bag
Why
right
now?
on top
No.
of that tomato paste.
Don't
just
do
like
it.
this. Spread
What
it
are you
out.
doing?
Beautiful. Now it's time for some seasoning. I'm gonna grab
Congrats.
some Italian seasoning.
Yeah, might as well put that
No,
on
we
now
didn't
too.
see that one coming.
Yeah, don't put it on
Dish.
after the
This is gonna
fact.
be
You can put it on the
so
chicken
good and
first,
so
then the tomato
delicious.
paste.
Just a
What do I know?
quick
I mean,
weekday
Right.
or put it
dinner.
on top of
You
tomato
can use
paste,
the
then the cheese. But
tenderloins if you
again,
want it to be
what
even
do I-
quicker, but I
I'm an
grabbed the
idiot.
breasts today. Beautiful. I'm gonna get some parsley flakes. And you can season this to your liking. I'm just using my favorite like Italian dish.
I mean, she didn't zab it, so this deal
how good
already
that's
sucks.
looking.
Yeah.
With his like
Yeah,
booty
and all
hole.
that cheese and
I'm
that
just-
tomato paste, you're
I
just,
just-
gonna soak into that chicken and be
Damon
so
is-
We'll get
good.
into it.
Damon's
I'm
got
gonna finish off my
questions.
seasoning with some garlic salt. I love garlic and I love salt, so this is my favorite.
That's the
seasoning.
worst crime.
Beautiful.
Jesus.
All right, now for
She's
the
got- it's her
fun
favorite
part. I'm
seasoning.
gonna go ahead and grab some pepperoni because these are pizza chicken. Isn't that delicious?
No.
No.
Pizza
Parmesan,
chicken.
but
I don't-
chicken pizza.
Yeah, with pizza toppings, and there's no breading in
Dear
there.
Caucasian
so
lady,
less
please stop.
calories. It's literally all the good things about chicken and pizza in one.
It's just you're embarrassing all of us at this point.
Yeah, it's no carb, right?
Yes, yeah.
Hey, what was that comment about you really wanted to see where this goes?
I'm
Put on
intrigued.
there, and you can do whatever
Still
flavor
there.
you like, but I love
It's
all
getting
of
better.
this with mine,
But for the
so I'm gonna
worst,
sprinkle
oh
in
yeah,
some
that's
olive
Oh yeah,
oil,
just
fry off, just
insult to injury right here.
Dude, I couldn't wait to show this one to you guys.
I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Are olives a go or
so
no?
delicious.
All right, and to finish
I just
off
wanna
this
see her cook
beautiful
it.
pizza chicken,
Now I got to
grab
see her
some
cook it.
Oh, I
chopped
get
up
to see
bell
Sabrina.
peppers
Pizza Supreme.
Bell peppers, and look at that color it adds to the dish. You can't be mad at that.
Those are so nicely cut. Who cut those for you?
You did.
42 bell peppers she sliced up there.
Just place them
Don't worry about. Let's
here
be
and
tiny.
there so
Let's,
that they cook with
let's
chicken
slice them, but let's cut
cheese,
nice.
delicious.
I think you could have did one pepper.
Everybody loves a good.
Baby
Everyone
is
loves a
ready.
full
I'm gonna top
pepper
mine
spear
with
with their
foil.
chicken
It's
breast
gonna
and
cook
tomato.
for 50 minutes with the foil and 10 minutes without the foil for a total of 60 minutes.
Cooking it for an hour.
Oh, I am
Yeah, an
so
hour,
glad
but
I'm
we need that
not
foil on
married
there
her.
for 50 minutes.
This would have been my dinner, and I would have had to act like I liked it.
Alright, let's go ahead and look at that bottom real quick. See those breasts in there?
Oh, yeah, they're in there. I
Oh,
promise
oh,
you, they're
hey,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're
Thank you
there.
so much.
Alright, Mavin sits at 350.
I thought I was in a nightmare, but thank you for clarifying.
At that, it looks so good. Okay. Got a
Oh
little bit of
yeah.
browning
delicious.
from that last 10 minutes. Oh my god. I'm so excited to try this delicious pizza chicken.
Pizza chicken.
It's getting nice.
I shouldn't have said it like that. Sorry,
Oh, that
everybody.
cheese pull.
Dude.
That's what we want.
Ooh.
Doesn't that look so good?
Smells delicious.
No.
I'm
Looks delicious. I want
salivating.
to see you cutting this.
Okay.
I'm crying on how bad that was. I have tears. I'm still rolling them. I have to blow my nose.
Ooh. I'm so excited
No.
to try this, you guys.
Congratulations, you made the worst chicken
Yeah, it's
dinner I've
steamy.
seen in years.
Mm.
Good.
Oh, she faked it. Oh, get out of here, bitch.
That is so good, you guys. You gotta try it.
I will not.
Yes.
So I'm about this. Not
Again.
this dish. Not this dish particularly, but the chicken pizza idea, I think has merit. Like
Yes.
like a
I
chicken
mean,
parm and a thin cutlet with a nice layer of a good sauce. Like even if you want to use something from MST, like the creamy garlic would be fire.
well,
With some
okay.
cheese and
And
you
hear
know
me
a
out.
pepperoni or whatever you wanted. Yes,
Can we
but
talk
that
about what's so hard about a bed of onions? Am I asking for too much to put the chicken on a bed of onions?
I did that. Literally did that with the last pork loin I cooked. I
mean-
just sliced up a bunch of onions, filled the bottom of the cast iron, and laid the pork loin on top.
It's cheap. It's $5 for a
For
whole
a bag
bag of
of
onions.
Right.
You do half of one on the bottom, you put your seasoning on it, then you put your chicken, and guess what happens? That flavor goes up in your chicken. It's this crazy magical thing that happens. Instead of putting it, oh look, look, I can see how unseasoned it is on the bottom, all the way from down here.
Right. That's another thing. I don't think it's the dishes necessarily on these that stuck out for me, but the execution of this. Like
I'm
we're not
learning.
going to season the chicken in any way, not even with salt. And then garlic salt. Can we, people, please,
Throw that junk in the trash.
use garlic and salt, not garlic salt.
Yeah, I have learned
Garlic
Yeah,
and
trust
salt.
me. Take it from someone that's learned the hard way. Garlic salt is worthless. It's absolutely worthless.
But going back to her dish, what really
Good.
confused me, why would she
Oh, no.
use tomato paste versus just a
Right.
tomato sauce? I mean, the paste is a thickening agent, correct? Or am I wrong on that?
Well, okay, so here's my deal. I'm telling you right now, the only thing you tasted was a huge mouthful of chicken, tomato,
Yeah.
and bell pepper on that. That's it. Because nothing else was seasoned. All the seasoning went on top of the cheese. And you're biting into a huge, like an inch worth of breast first. I just think the execution, and I'm no pro. Like, good Lord, we know this.
Yeah, we're not a pro, but when
I'm
you
a pro home cook.
Yeah, I'd say I'd put us up there in the top 5% of the world.
Mm,
Well, you gotta think how many people are in the world. You wouldn't say you're one of the top 20 million cooks in this world, Damon? With the
yeah,
being a three-time people stamp,
It's
yeah,
pretty
three
we
billion
true.
can,
beans.
we can make something happen.
Bro,
That's
I
what I
make
said.
dishes sometimes that I'm
I
blown
mean,
away by how good it
we're,
is.
we're in the top 10% of podcasts, so
Right.
we at least gotta be top
That's
20%
two
of the world.
things right there, Damon.
This is
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
Back of my tombstone looks cooler and cooler every day. Let's go.
On to the next.
Oh, here we go.
Start
Let's
with
keep getting better.
Oh,
packs of rice-a-roni.
oh no.
The San
The bottom of
We don't.
the dish.
Francisco treat.
Okay, on rice-a-roni, aren't you supposed to brown that shit?
Cheese packet.
Doesn't
You
the
don't have
packet
to,
literally
but it's
say?
You
way
don't have to.
better.
No, you
If
don't
the
have
The
to.
More cheese.
if that step is on the
More cheese
box,
there. And then we got
you
some
need to
creamy
do
chicken
it.
soup.
bingo.
Will come out.
Always a problem. So thick in there.
2
Question:
cans of it.
wouldn't you want to mix the seasoning into all this in a bowl and then put it on top?
I'm already loving the look of it.
Or are we not
And
trying to
then
make a mess here? We're afraid to do
we just want to mix
one
that
bowl
down
of dishes.
with that
Oh, we're gonna
One
mix
bowl.
it in here. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
one bowl dish, man.
powders and
I'm done.
soup all
What are we
mixed
doing
in.
here?
Oh, yeah. You don't just have to ride with
What are we doing here? I love it.
Can we please stop showing this clip
Dude,
and
and
move
that's the,
on? We
dude,
do
that's the
not
thing.
need the
All
3-minute.
That's good enough. And
Okay,
then we just
God,
wanna,
you
like,
mixed it.
re-spread it back
Congratulations.
on the bottom.
Great mixing skills.
Just like that.
That wrist
Oh.
is strong.
There we go. Now we're getting to the chicken.
Jagged.
Thank you. Okay, spread it. Their seasoning is on the bottom. Again, apparently no one cares
Yeah.
about raw
Got some green
gloves,
onion,
raw
dip
chicken and
mix.
gloves.
That we're just gonna coat.
Wash your hands.
We're just gonna keep
Wow.
touching other things without showing
All the
we wash our
flavors.
hands.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be bursting in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, it's
I
for
was
them.
thinking that same thing.
Don't worry about
And
the
then we have
First,
Mrs. Dash garlic and herbs.
Now
This is
contaminated
stuff.
with
I'm just
chicken.
gonna really put
Unless he
that
washed
on
it.
top.
He might have.
I live and die by that.
Gotta show you wash.
And then last but not least, we're gonna add some.
Oh,
Hey, there it went. There was
there
Tony's
it
brother.
was.
I mean, other. I will say they did it with dirtying up hardly with only one dish, and I'm on board with that. So I'll give that
Right.
a dude.
Mhm.
I'll give that dude approved. I'll give that dude approved.
So I'm gonna real quick go to this one because it's like the one of the only ones I can find without chicken.
Throw
But
everything into a pan and it comes out so delicious. That's what this was. My take on beef stew.
Well, we have
in
a
the
white
oven
lady
with
here.
some vegetable
That
broth,
vote for
some
bad
Middle
is
Eastern
good.
spices, a little bit of flour,
That's
and mix
terrible.
everything together.
It's
I
just
baked
all
it
these
in the oven
videos.
at
It's
350
always
for
them.
45 minutes until the vegetables were tender and the beef was nice and juicy.
So good.
Wait,
Winner.
what?
what do you think?
Easy enough.
Just
Oh,
say that
sorry.
looked really good.
Easy enough, man.
Yeah, it was
You throw
one
everything into a
one
pan,
pan
and it
beef
comes out
stew.
so delicious. That's
Yeah.
what this was. My take on beef stew.
Yeah, I
in
thought
the
this
oven
was really
with some
cool.
vegetable broth,
I never
Yeah,
thought
some
about
Middle Eastern
doing.
spices, a little bit of flour, and mix everything together. I baked it in the oven at 350 for 45 minutes until the vegetables were tender and the beef was nice and juicy.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah, because I
Actually,
mean, you think about it, man. The beef's gonna cook. It's gonna be done before the potatoes, so it's gonna just keep on getting, you know, better and better as the potatoes
Right,
and everything else
right.
gets soft.
Bingo. That one well executed, and that's
Yeah.
something that I would definitely do. And
Mhm.
that's something
especially
you're
in the
done with.
situation that you're
You
in
have
right now, Jonesy.
right. That's a beef stew in what an hour,
Yeah.
30, 45 minutes in the
Well,
oven.
here's the thing, man. You could do that.
Just
You could prep that the night before or a day or two before, and then you just get home and just
pull it
throw
out
it
of the
in the
freezer.
oven. As soon as you walk in the door, you're just like, bam. Oh yeah, or the freezer.
Right. Make it on Sunday, eat it on Friday. You know, you never know.
True.
Man.
Oh,
I
it's
just had a
weird.
really, I just had a good idea too. Dang it. I hope it's not the same idea.
Skillet meals that you can freeze the night before in this big gallon Ziploc bag is what I'm thinking. And then come
That was
home and you're
similar
like,
on this. On the same
and then like
lines, but
show like
different.
how long, yeah, like, show how long it takes to come home and throw it in the skillet and cook while you're getting cleaned up or whatever, and you're home. Like time yourself. There's something there. I'm
Bingo.
sorry.
Yeah. It was
My word.
kind of the same idea right there. So
You can have it. You can have it.
what's your guys' one pot meals or one pan, one dish?
Dude, I've done so many. I don't even
Right.
know.
So, I mean,
Yeah, David, I'll let you go first. I don't know. I gotta think.
that's what I say. I don't know. I mean, you're right. There's so many different ones.
I'm more of a dump dinner guy, which means I start dumping, and then I just keep dumping until like I feel it's enough, and then I stop.
Yeah. So we do a lot of kielbasa one pan dinners. A lot of them. Stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
would.
Sausages with vegetables, or chicken with vegetables, and sometimes we'll do a little roux in the pan with everything and make a little sauce on it. Ooh.
Yeah, I'll give you some of my favorite. How about that? Because it's really. Is that fair? I mean, or do you really want me to pick one?
No.
I was
Go
gonna say,
ahead.
yeah,
I was gonna say cabbage, potatoes,
Yeah.
kielbasa,
Ooh.
and onions. That's a classic. Um, like a chicken noodle broth skillet meal is always a banger. Um, or just cooking the noodles al dente and like a marinara sausage sauce is always really, really good. Um, man,
I mean, we've even done like I've even done like chili mac, one pot chili mac.
Right. Like your own hamburger helper
Yes,
style
right.
meals. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and if we
I'm
really
about
want to
it,
break
dude.
down like a southern style one pot meal, I mean, we got like chicken bog here. You know, I mean, that's a big one pot meal.
Like a
You know,
gumbo, like that
yeah, it's
kind
like
of.
it's chicken,
Not that
sausage, and
it's
stuff
like
like
that, but I'm just
yeah.
saying like
And
gumbos,
heck, I mean, yeah,
jambalayas.
I done gumbo, you know, a month or two back, and I mean that's
see, I've
it's
never
one
done
pot.
gumbo. Never done gumbo.
So yeah, I mean, there's so much, man.
Man,
But that's it. You're right though. That's what you want when you like Tony was saying. The situation you're in, Johnsy, you want to be able to come
Yeah,
home,
I want to be able to come home and
throw
make.
something
Yeah.
out, and
I
have dinner ready. 30, 40 minutes for your family, and not complicate things and have a delicious meal.
you know what one my the in-laws did? It's just elbow mac, kidney beans, and ground burger. And
No,
then
I
this
haven't.
like garlic, minced onion,
Tim
and
would love that.
like butter.
Chauncey would
It's
not.
like butter noodles, man. And yeah,
My
but
wife will literally, she'll buy like all of the types of beans on the shelf except for one. There's like one she doesn't like that much, or two, whatever.
Hmm.
And she will put them all into one pan with like some chunks of onion, some seasoning, and eat on that for a couple days.
hell yeah.
I'm like, what?
Now my mom made what they called hillbilly bean soup, which had all the kinds of beans,
Yeah,
and
it's like
then
11 bean
hamburger,
soup or whatever,
11
however many
bean
beans.
soup,
Yeah.
bunch of ground burger. Like I think there was like she made her own sauce, and I don't know what the sauce was. This is where I wish I knew my mom's. My mom is really tough to steal her recipes because she literally just throws things together, and there's nothing
Right.
like she's got some stuff written down, but yeah, like they always
Dude,
improvise.
it's challenging. It's very I am in the process of trying to write down my stuff, and it is not easy because I'll be halfway through and go, "Oh,
Yeah, my
how
mom's like
much
chicken
how much
noodle.
do I think that was?"
Right.
Like my mom does chicken noodle soup with just canned chicken, and it is like the best. And I
Mm.
don't know how, and she doesn't do anything special. I mean, it's
I
just
don't know how you get that can taste away.
I don't know,
Right.
dude. I don't know, man. Like, but I grew up thinking it was good. You know, You know? That's how good my mom did work with that stuff, man. My mom did everything canned chicken. When she went to Sam's Club, she'd buy like sleeves of canned chicken, chicken salad.
Yeah.
She would make the bangingest chicken salad, man. Like, she just knew how to add all the ingredients like celery, carrots, and she's just so good at it, man. I mean, and obviously, I think we can now say that cooking has evolved into me of how to make poor people food like really, really good. Next
Right.
level. So, shout out, Mama Cindy.
Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
speaking of shouting out,
yeah, bingo, David. We were on the same exact wavelegth right there, buddy.
753-7402151.
What's that number right there, Jonathan?
That's the Dude Network number.
Like,
That is the official text number for the Dude Network. That is for you, the people who text us for the shows. What you want to see covered on another foodie show. We might even start implementing it on the Big K show or Friday night. But this is the number. Write it down. If there's something you want to hear about, something you want to see, something we talked about that you'd like something more, or you have something to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. That's the number. Official TDN hotline.
Bling bling.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Love to see it.
Hey, layers and layers. We're layers deep, folk. Just come in.
Mm-hmm.
Come on in. The water's fine.
That's right.
That's right.
There's no sharks in here.
No, trust me, or I wouldn't be in it.
Mm-mm.
I ain't about it.
Nope.
I can barely watch Shark Week now. Just thinking about
Oh,
all the times
I'm
I've
watch
been in
Shark Week now.
I love Shark Week. All the time I spent in the ocean, it gives me anxiety. Like, dude, how close was one?
Oh,
Anytime.
real close. Real close.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I have a hard time going in nowadays.
Nope. I'm good.
But
I
the salt water, dude. At my age, I'm tired of dealing with the salt water and sand, sticky.
Right.
It's cool to go walk on up north where it's cool. You can still wear shoes and pants, and it's awesome. That's my jam.
Don't go to Mississippi River. I mean, hell, they're finding bull sharks all the way up in freaking
really far.
Really far. Like farther than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a bull shark was found 1,200 miles from the ocean in South Africa or something like that.
They found one in Indiana. They found one in Indiana
Yeah.
a couple summers ago, man.
And here's the thing: I've also found out about whites can do that too.
Isn't that awesome? Isn't that so cool?
And this is the other thing. Like maybe, you say it's a fluke thing. Like, well, negative, folks. This is not a fluke thing. They have found them breeding in these freshwater rivers. So,
yeah, if they can eat in it, they can F in it. You heard it here first.
I'm just saying.
Tony.
Well, what I'm saying is if they're breeding, they're here to stay. They're here to stay.
Yeah.
They found a safe place to grow a shark heaven. That's what they did. You heard it here first. Mark my words. It is not good.
And if you see sharks in your water, you can let us know on this number right here.
Right. Bingo.
You have a crazy shark story? You have a crazy shark story?
Share it right there.
673-0251. That's 740-673-0251.
Man, you got the radio, Tony, right there.
That's right.
Boys, it's been a heck of a night. 40 minutes on mushrooms. That was a fun trip.
Yeah, man.
Pun intended that time.
Yeah. I'm excited. The screen is still up here. I'm jacked to go out in the woods again tomorrow morning. Bring it on.
Who do we got coming on Friday? Something
Mario,
real cool.
Mario Clancy, analytics director of the Dallas Wings of the WNBA, and also still working analytics for the Dallas Mavericks.
Big deal, folks.
Very exciting.
Big deal. Out of the Clancy camp again.
Clancy camp wins once again.
Right.
Always breaking news. Always breaking news out of the Clancy camp. So,
and hopefully next week could possibly be my last pre-recorded, but
Ooh.
we know how things go, so
Yeah.
there might be 2 more.
Yeah, don't hold your
Might
breath.
be 2 more. Yeah, please don't.
Maybe
I don't want to
3.
be responsible for. Don't
Maybe
say that,
3.
Tony.
Don't you put the evil on him, Ricky Bobby.
Or
This
you want
is like
another?
really. All right, fine.
5.
All right.
Want another?
Do your own graphics.
Ooh.
6. Want another? Think I'm not cool with the traditional Dude Network back there. No,
Hey,
joking.
dude,
Don't want that.
I've already been in outage since February 14th, so whatever.
That's crazy.
Basically,
I want John Z back. Free John Z.
free John Z.
Free John Z.
Jeez, folks. But hey, appreciate you fellas the most.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you people even more though. Like, share, subscribe, bring a friend. We're grateful for you guys each and every week. Do something cool this week. Reach out to someone. Everybody love everybody. And
if you're having problems, reach out to me.
Right. Same. Me too. Message me on any of my social medias. If you don't have my number, reach out. People care, I promise. And we will see you next time. That's a fact. You can always count on that. You can always be here every 3 nights a week now. 3 nights a week you could be here, and we care about that.
You like
Peace.
it? You want 4? Share it more.
Boom.
Slither.